Where's my hair?
Your hair has been destroyed.
You shaved off my hair?
Yes, we've shaved off your hair.
Why have you shaved off my hair?
To prevent you from contacting your ship.
My ship?
Your ship.
What ship?
Your mothership?
You may have noticed an insidious trend on YouTube recently of people posting videos that try and explain the endings of movies. It's yet another way that online culture and social media is sucking all the joy out of our artistic experiences and making ordinary viewers, people like you and me, think that somehow we are failures if we think an ending is, oblique or ambiguous, or if we just don't agree on what that ending means. I was in the cinema recently for the new Catherine Bigelow thriller A House of Dynamite, and as the credits rolled, one audience member loudly exclaimed, "Oh, come on!" as the film simply chose to leave what happens next up to our own imaginations. The online charlatans and grifters behind these endings explained videos are going to have a field day with Jorgos Lanthimos' new black comedy Bugonia, despite the fact that experiencing its ending is like being whacked around the head with a frying pan you can see coming from miles away, but can't believe that the person wielding it will actually follow through.
The 5:30 thing.
Uh-huh.
Look, I know you sent the email already, but I need you to let everyone know that they are free to leave at 5:30 from now on, starting today, okay? But do it in a way that's, what we talked about.
Yeah, of course.
We need to send the message that we have a new culture here now, where people should, yes, of course, feel free to leave at 5:30 and be with their families. No one is going to be overworked like in the past. No more unpleasant incidents. But, of course, it's not compulsory. And obviously, if people still have work to do, they should absolutely stay and continue to work.
Yeah.
But it's not strictly enforced. Although, we still do want to meet quotas. So if we can do that with no pressure, just remembering, we are running a business here, so let your conscience guide you kind of thing. Yeah? Good?
I'll definitely let them know.
Great. New era. Thank you, Corey. Thanks, Tony. Feel free to leave early. Unless you're busy. Or you have things to do, but feel free if you can. Up to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Your call.
Based on a 2003 Korean movie called Save the Green Planet, Bugonia introduces us to high-powered pharmaceutical executive Michelle Fuller, played by Emma Stone, in her fourth collaboration with director Lanthimos. She won an Oscar for Poor Things a couple of years ago. Fuller is a hard-boiled cliché of a tech executive, soon to be knocked off her high-performing stride thanks to a crude kidnapping by two rural cousins. Jesse Plemons plays ringleader Teddy, and 19-year-old newcomer Aidan Delbis plays good-hearted Don. Incidentally, the character of Don is autistic, as is Delbis himself. Teddy is one of those young men who has spent a lot of time on the internet, researching his theory that aliens from the Andromedan galaxy, the one next door to ours, so we would be neighbours, cosmically speaking, have been interfering in Earth's ecology in order to enslave the population. He has identified Fuller as a high-ranking member of the Andromedan royal family, and he believes that by taking her captive, he can use her as a bargaining chip on their spacecraft when the next lunar eclipse occurs in 3 days' time. Well, stranger things have happened, I suppose.
Incredible.
What is?
Just the detail. The best I've seen.
How can you tell she's an alien?
Well, the signs are obvious. They did a hell of a job on it, but the tells are there. Narrow feet, then cuticles, slight overbite, semi-protruding earlobes. See? High hair density. You won't notice unless you know what you're looking for.
Guess I can see it.
It's like if you don't cook steaks a lot, you won't know when it's cooked medium rare, but if you cook steaks all the time, you just know. You don't even have to cut into it, you just know.
As the film escalates alarmingly, we learn the source of Teddy's unconventional beliefs and the reason why the two cousins live alone in a house that clearly once sheltered a loving family. We also learn that the kitchen has no shortage of tinfoil. Everyone is excellent in Bugonia. Lanthimos clearly has a way with actors who will go more than a few extra miles for him. But I want to single out another first-time feature film performer, the comedian and podcaster Stavros Halkias. He plays Casey from the local sheriff's office, former babysitter to Teddy, and one of the most disturbing characters I've seen in ages. On the surface, amiable and professional, but also shiftily apologising for doing something absolutely heinous years before and swearing that he's just not like that anymore. Jorgos Lanthimos has been shocking and surprising audiences for more than 20 years, but his ability to combine deep-seated human emotional concerns with a prodigious capacity for absurdity can make for uncomfortable moments, and so it proves here. But despite his usual visual flair, supported this time by Robbie Ryan's marvellous VistaVision cinematography, Bugonia is probably more of a Will Tracy film than a Lanthimos one. Tracy has been writing and producing edgy 21st century satires for a few years. He was a writer on Succession and wrote the screenplay for the wild comedy horror film The Menu, which starred Ralph Fiennes as a demented Michelin-starred chef taking his revenge on everyone who ever crossed him. Tracy was also a producer on Ari Aster's recent COVID comedy Eddington and Jesse Armstrong's satire about a billionaire's retreat turning murderous, Mountainhead. So Tracy's script for Bugonia fits right into that jet-black worldview, that we should pretty much acknowledge that the modern world is on a wild ride to inevitable annihilation, and that our only positive is that the ultra-rich oligarchs that are driving it will not only go down with the rest of us, they'll probably go first.
Can we have a dialogue, please?
Don't call it a dialogue. This isn't Death of a Salesman.
Okay, can we talk, please? Or are you just going to
We
keep
don't
doing...
need to talk.
Yes, okay.
Because I know exactly what you're going to say. You're going to say that I'm in some kind of internet-induced, auto-hypnotic feedback loop and gatekeepers and norms and all that weak hegemonic horse shit. But that is precisely the limp dick rhetoric that you've been instructed to counter the human insurgency with. That's fucking hyper-normalized dialectic by which you've convinced 7.5 billion people that they're not your captives, to keep us believing in these false institutional shibboleths.
You mean shibboleths?
That's what I said.
You said...
Yeah, whatever.
Sorry.
Bugonia is rated R16 for graphic violence, cruelty, offensive language and suicide, and is screening in selected cinemas across Aotearoa, New Zealand now.